Next, to the East London Hospital urging patients to lobby their local MP for funding to help expand its under-pressure A&E department. Like many hospitals, Queen's in Romford is currently struggling with winter pressures, including a spike in cases of flu. It's taken the unusual step of asking patients waiting in corridors or being treated on trolleys to scan a QR code to request the government to act, as our health correspondent Carl Mercer explains.
This is what a quieter day looks like in the emergency department at Queen's Hospital in Romford. The scenes of patients being treated in corridors have become a pretty much everyday scene.
I've worked on the corridor so many times, countless times. Sometimes when you're allocated to come and work in the corridor, you'll be like, oh my God, not again. But at the end of the day, we just want to keep our patients safe, so we don't have any obligations than to work in the corridor. Actually, the joy in the job moves away from us, because it's like you're doing what you love, but then you hating it, because at the end of the day, you are struggling to do your job and the patients are also struggling because they are not getting the maximum care they need from you.
But there's something new here too. Everywhere you look, posters with a QR code urging patients to lobby their MPs for the £35 million the hospital says it needs to build a new A&E. This one was built for 325 patients a day. It has been seeing, at least in December, up to 750.
Part of the concern we have is this is the third time you've come here to look at patients in corridors at Queen's Hospital. Over the last few years, we've unfortunately become more used to it. As the service has become busier and busier, and as we've made decisions like not keeping patients on ambulances, which is the right thing to do, that means we're looking after more people in spaces that aren't appropriate. And I'm not proud of the fact that we now can care for up to 50 people in corridors. I'm proud of the care we're delivering in the circumstances, but the fact is that far too many people are spending the night in places that they shouldn't be.
For now, getting through the corridors can be a challenge. There's not a lot of room here, making it more difficult for patients and staff.
Do you see a time anytime soon when there won't be corridor care?
I have hope, and I think that's what we have to have. I think people are working together to try and see what they can do to look for care in different ways for the patients. I mean, you'll have seen the patients we're seeing in our corridors. The majority of them are older patients, and I think it's about what we can do to keep care nearer to them and in their community, and how we have a slightly different response when they need support. I hope it will happen soon. You have to have hope, don't you? I'm positive about the future. Just maybe take a while longer than I'd like to get there.
Which is why the posters have gone up.
What we're trying to do is to make sure that as new capital money comes into the system, people are thinking about Queen's in Romford. They're thinking about the fact that this is a hospital that's now catering regularly for over twice as many patients as it was built for. Our staff deserve better and our residents deserve better.
But he knows he won't be the only chief exec taking such messages to government. Carl Mercer, BBC London.